Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey, welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. A while back, I was sitting in a restaurant waiting for my meal. Nothing unusual, just one of those ordinary moments that most of us experience without giving it much thought. People were coming and going. Servers moved between tables. Conversations blended into the familiar background noise of the room. It's just one of those things you observe, you people watch. Then I heard laughter. Not loud laughter, and not the kind that turned my head. Just a genuine laugh from a table nearby. For some reason, it caught my attention. I glanced over and saw a group of people enjoying themselves. I mean, really enjoying themselves. Talking, smiling, laughing together. And a thought crossed my mind. I have absolutely no idea what those people are carrying. From a distance, they looked happy, and maybe they were. But life has taught me that appearances rarely tell the whole story. One person at that table might have received difficult news earlier that week. Someone else might be worried about a loved one. And another might be dealing with financial stress, health concerns, or maybe a problem that they haven't shared with anyone. I don't know. And that's exactly the point. We almost never know. Every person we meet, everyone, is carrying a story that we cannot see. Yet there they were, sharing a laugh. The older I get, the more remarkable that seems. Not because life is easy, but rather because it isn't. Not because people don't struggle, but actually because they do. The remarkable thing is that people continue finding reasons to smile anyway. I think sometimes we accidentally underestimate humanity. We see challenges and assume they must overwhelm us. Yet every day, millions of people get up and keep going. They care for their families, they support their friends, they show up for work, they face difficulties, and yet somehow, along the way, they still manage to laugh. That's not denial, guys. That's resilience. There's a difference. Denial pretends that problems don't exist. Resilience acknowledges the problem and keeps living anyway. A person can carry grief and still laugh at a joke. A person can face uncertainty and still enjoy a meal with friends. A person can have a difficult season of life and still experience moments of genuine happiness. Those things are not contradictions. They're part of being human. I've noticed this throughout my life. Some of the people with the kindest smiles have endured tremendous hardships. Tremendous. I've known them. Some of the people who bring the most joy into a room have walked through struggles that most of us never knew about. Not because they were hiding something, but because human beings are more than any single chapter of their story. We're capable of carrying sorrow and hope at the same time. We're capable of remembering painful things while still appreciating beautiful ones. We're capable of looking toward tomorrow even when today isn't perfect. It's really kind of a special thing when you think about it. I think that's one of the reasons that laughter matters so much. Not because it solves our problems, but rather because it reminds us that our problems don't get to define every moment. For a few seconds, a laugh creates space, a little breathing room, a reminder that life still contains joy. As I sat there listening to the people at that table, I realized I wasn't really paying attention to what they were laughing about. I was appreciating the fact that they were laughing at all. Because somewhere in that sound was a quiet act of courage, a refusal to let worry have the final word, a decision to enjoy the moment that was right in front of them. And maybe that's one of the overlooked good things happening every day that we've been talking about. People choosing joy. Not because their lives are perfect, but because they understand that joy is part of what helps carry us through. We've talked about this many times. The headlines often focus on what's going wrong. In fact, the majority of time, that's what they focus on. Meanwhile, in restaurants, living rooms, break rooms, front porches, family gatherings, all of those places, people are still sharing stories. They're still telling jokes. They're still finding reasons to smile. And I think the world is a little better because they do. So the next time that you hear laughter from the next table over, take a moment and appreciate it. I did. It made me smile so big. And I didn't know anything about what was going on and what they were laughing at. You don't know their story. You don't know what they've overcome. You don't know what challenges that they may be facing. But for that moment, they're sharing joy. And in a world that often feels heavy, that's a beautiful thing to witness. Because every laugh is a reminder that hope is still alive. And sometimes that's exactly the headline that we need, guys. I love you all very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do. Go out there and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.
Fears